Hey guys, this is Jay Stone. If you're watching the replay, let me make sure that you give me the hearts because we're trying to get to 2.5. And let's welcome everybody. Hey Talk Couple, hey Scope Scribe, hey Lash Love, what's going on? How y'all doing? Hey Miss Fem, Phenom, hey Deborah Northcutt, hey Sex Love Life, Miss M Suggs, Pretty Frugal Diva Official, Malika. Hey, women do everything. Thanks for sharing. Charlotte, thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you for sharing. I rock my curves. I'm glad you do. Dream Deep. Thank you guys for everybody for inviting folks. Hey, Giant of Chicago, what's going on? Time back VA. What's going on? You guys been missing me. So I hear all about hair. Yes. Hey, just Libra, couple talk. Jay, you called something. Somebody say it called. I didn't see what happened. Um, hey, Black Girl Calm. So, check this out. One of the things I've been in this branding space, marketing space for 18 years. Okay. For 18 years. I'm not new to this. I've been an entrepreneur for 14 years. Prior to stepping into this space, I worked in the IT department, but I worked in marketing at Coca-Cola Company, Delta Airlines, some of the top brands in the world, and I really learned marketing from the best. Hey, Octavia, and hey, Tracy, and one of the biggest challenges that I have is people having a clear understanding of what branding is. And so maybe about 2005, no, it's not going to be a long scope. Since about 2005, I started to have to show people this by illustrating it. So for those of you, if this is your first time on the scope and you're like, who is Jay Stone? Don't know who she is. Topic sounds interesting. Type new in the comments. We want to say hey to all the newbies. Type NEW in the comments. So thank you, Mia. How you doing? So everybody follow the newbies. We got Moon Queen, we got Vika Roberts, we got Cheryl, we got Ministry Apparel, we got the Real Tea Marie, Wives Inc. Let's follow all the newbies. Wow, we got a lot of newbies today. Hey, newbies. For those of you who are new, I am Jay Stone. I'm a master brand coach based in Atlanta, Georgia, and I teach business owners how to create profitable businesses without compromising their quality of life. Now, if you have been here before and you're one of my regulars and you come to get these 7 steps to 7-figure tips every day, that means you're part of the Scope Squad. So if you're part of the Scope Squad, type squad in the comments. Type squad in the comments. Squad up. Where's the Scope Squad? There they come. Okay, squad. So I was sitting here talking to my clients and I talked about the power of infographics and illustrating what you're teaching. So here's the thing. If you can't teach something, then you don't know it well enough. If you can't break it down to people like they are, and I use the measurement of an 8-year-old. If you can't break it down like you do for an 8-year-old, then you don't know it well enough. So I've been doing this and breaking it down for over 18 years. So I'm going to break it down to you. So the biggest misconception about a brand is that it's visual. A lot of people think, oh, I have my logo, I have my business cards, I have my website, my brand is on point. Brand is so much bigger than the visible touch points. Okay, so touch points are the way that your brand is experienced by an end user. It's called a touch points. Okay, so I'm going to show you this illustration. It's called the DNA of a brand. Okay, and I'm going to break it. Okay, so this is the DNA of a brand. All right, so the logo is the entry point to the entryway to the brand. Okay, I'm sorry, let me get a little bit closer. And a brand is the visible and emotional expression of a promise. Okay, so if you pull it back and look at the entire DNA of a brand, you see it's comprised of visible and emotional touch points, and it goes to the promise. Okay, let me break that down. The promise. The promise is what you plan to deliver every time. Is what people can count on to deliver every time. Can people count on your speed, your quality, the type of thing that you do? My eyebrow lady, she's very precise and consistent. So I know that I can count on her every time to give me a precise. So she doesn't just wax, she waxes and she uses the razor for the precision. I know I can count on that every time. She also has her own brand of eyebrow powder. Shout out to the Look by Joy, Joi, the Look by Joy. So I know I can count on her every time for that. Okay? And so one of the biggest compliments I get about is your eyebrows on fleek, your eyebrows are great. That's a promise. I promise, she promises and delivers. I've never gone to her and didn't get the desired results every time. That's the promise. So with your brand, what are you promising to deliver every time? Is it quality of service? For me, I promise to deliver honest and consistent results. I'm going to give you honest feedback and give you consistent results. That's what I promise to deliver every time. Somebody else may promise I can do it quickly. If you want a website, I can put it up quickly. Okay? So the promise is what they can count on you delivering every single time. Now, here's why it's so much more than a logo. I told you I was going to give you 35 plus reasons. Here they are. They are called brand touch points. And if you think, well, let me give you the visual. So these are the brand touch points. I call this a touch point universe. Okay? It's 35 plus reasons. So if we take a look and zoom in, your brand is here in the center. Everything is about the promise. Your emails, your presentations, your publications, your public relations, your public affairs, your networking, okay? Your billboards, trade show experiences, services, products, your employees, things that go viral. That's your social media, okay? Proposals. All of these are your brand. Now look here on the end. You got something called reputation and experiences. Those are emotional touch points. Okay, those are your emotional touch points. So if we go here and we look at the visible piece, okay, the visible are your presentations, things like that, okay, your emails, that's another visible one, okay, but then your emotional ones are the experiences and reputation. So look at what I said. What did I say a brand is? It's the visible, and emotional expressions of a promise. That's the DNA. No, the chart isn't on my website because this is proprietary information. So I'm going to keep this up when I leave. So I want you to do one more thing. The copyright on this says what? 2007, the brand coach, that's me. That says 2007. That's how long I've been teaching people this. I actually started it in 2005. But I created these posters in 2007. So I didn't just start teaching people this shit yesterday. I've been doing this for a minute. Okay? So, is this covered in your private coaching? It is not covered in my private coaching. So, I know it's great information. What I do is teach my customers this one-on-one. My customers that come to me consistently, they learn this one-on-one because when I say I work with them on every aspect of their brand, photos, right? Photography. I'm very meticulous about my clients. Where did you take your photos? What message is it sending? Okay? What message do your photos send for your brand? Are they delivering on the promise? Experiences. When somebody comes to your office or calls your office and they get an asshole on the phone, what are you delivering? What does that say about your brand? The experience is attached to your brand. So you can't tell people, I want to run a 7-star brand, okay? A 7-figure brand. And you got somebody with a 2-figure attitude answering the phones. You can't do that. They don't match up to the promise. You understand what I'm saying? So don't get shady on the back end with stuff. So experiences and reputation count for more. If you really look at this, and I'm showing it to you from a distance, the reputation and experiences, notice they balance out the size of the universe. Also notice that they're slightly bigger. Okay. Also notice that they're slightly bigger. Why? Because experiences and reputation count for more. Okay? Experiences and reputation count for more. And so, why? Because people make emotional decisions on their purchases. Okay? They make emotional decisions and they use logic to justify what they feel. Okay? So, and I can teach you guys this, not because I got it from a textbook. This comes from 7 or 8 years. I was trying to explain this to people they weren't getting, so I figured out a way to illustrate it so that they could understand it. Who should be the face of the business, the person or the logo? So, the Wives Inc., I did a whole scope on that. Specifically, who should you bring, your person or your logo? It depends on the brand. It depends on the brand or the promise. So, it depends on the industry you're in. Some industries, the business needs to be the brand. And for some industries, like when I was doing this stuff, the brand coach was the brand. Okay? Because it was a consulting firm. The brand coach was my consulting firm. When Jay Stone herself became the brand coach, I became the brand. A licensed therapist, again, I don't know enough about the business model, because some therapists, depending on the area you are and your target market, a therapist could need to be the face of the brand, or it could need to be the company. Depends on who the end target market is. So that's a question that's like, it's too many pieces to answer here in the scope. And I've done a separate scope on that already, but I don't know if it's out there or not. So I'll have to do another scope specifically on that, because I get that one a lot. As a motivational speaker, I don't know what the question was. Okay, so what are your questions before I get out of here and jump on my next call with my next client? Where am I located? So I'm located in Atlanta, Georgia. If you want to connect with me, you can go to scopewithj.com. Okay, go to scopewithj.com. Okay, and you can join my free Facebook group. Okay, scopewithj.com. You can join my free Facebook group, Brand Hustle Cash Flow with Jay Stone. Okay, you can also get coaching information. How do you coach with me? The coaching email address is on there. Okay, and then you can also join my newsletter list on that page as well. The good logo question. The logo question is kind of tricky. Okay. The one thing I'm going to tell you, because it depends on, again, everything that you guys are asking me depends on your target market. And without knowing that, it's hard to tell who you're trying to reach, right? Because if you're trying to reach a bunch of mechanics, that's going to be different from if you're trying to reach a bunch of cheerleaders. Okay. So what I am going to tell you about your logo that everybody needs to have is a vector style logo. You just finished talking about me on the radio. Everybody follow Ramon Tukes. He is one of my VIP clients, Mr. Ramon Tukes. Okay? So, you want it to be vector. That means it's designed in Adobe Illustrator. The reason you want it to be vector is because it's scalable when you do it that way. Versus, in other words, if somebody designs your logo in Photoshop, fire their ass. Okay? Anybody using Photoshop. So you ask your designer, what are you using to design the logo? If they say Photoshop, don't use them. Okay? You want to use somebody to use Illustrator. If they say, I'm going to use an Adobe Illustrator, boom, then that's the person that you hire. And it's kind of rare to find people that do that, but that's the only way it can really, really be scalable, okay, for where you're trying to go. Okay? I know Photoshop is fired, okay? So I've been doing this for a lot of years. If they say Microsoft Word, I'm gonna need you to block them, okay? If they say Microsoft Word, I'm gonna need you to block them. Anybody doing layouts and designs and Word needs to be blocked from your entire social media, email list, everything. Yes, you can do more with the vector files. You can do t-shirts, you can do signage, you can do so much more when you got a crisp, clean. All of these graphics that you saw here today, they're designed in vector. Okay? Intervention for Word, Microsoft Word, I know. So is there any more questions? Okay, yeah, Tawanda. So yeah, hit me at coachme@jstone.com. COACH, coachme@jstone.com. And if you guys want this, I guess I'm going to have to do this on a video now, since everybody seemed to not know some of this stuff. I've been doing it so long, and I realized when my client was in my office today, she's like, you need to do this on Periscope. So here you go. I did it on Periscope. Everybody say, thanks, Patrice. She was like, you need to put this on Periscope, so I did it. But I generally don't show this information because I usually only show it when I teach training classes because it is proprietary. Y'all know people try to steal your shit, right? So I'm not sure how long this is going to stay up in terms of the replay. But, yeah. All right. So, you guys, I'm going to go and get out of here. Thank you again. You can reach me at scopewithj.com. If you have questions, you can also email me at coachme@jstone.com. I love you too, Ramon. Mwah, mwah. Coach me. Email me. If you got questions that you want me to scope about, just send an email to coachme@jstone.com. Thank you, Giant of Chicago. I appreciate your love. All right. That being said, if you thought this was a great scope, type POP in the comments. If you thought this was a great scope, type POP in the comments. I appreciate the pops, y'all. All right, I'm out of here. I'll catch you on the flip side. Mwah, mwah. Look at those pops.